how you can build this business and do it in a way that complements everything that's been said tonight very, very well. And I've got some special things I want to share with you. First of all, this is my family. This is my reason, my why, as to why I do what I do. It's why I get up in the morning. It's why I push myself every day to be better so I can enhance and improve their life. And I'm eternally grateful for my family right now and for everything that they bring to me, and this family at our network also. So I want to take you into the training for just a moment, and I'm not going to take real long. I'm trying to do this quickly because we want to stay exactly on time. So I'm going to do that as quick as I can. So first of all, I want to just remind everybody that's out there. Some people may not even know this is possible, and I know Jeremy talked about this. Paying with your commissions is something that has been added to your back office of your business. Yes, you click the button if it's there. If you have not clicked that button, then it's going to continue to be there until you do and you set it up. And it's okay. If you don't want to, you don't have to. But as you see, you can click the button to pay with commissions. The next screen to the right, you agree to the terms, meaning that when it's $50 a month that comes out of your commissions, you put in your name, your credit card information. And the reason for that is if it falls below the $50 in commissions, it's got to know where it can pull it from. So that's why it's there. But this right here, I don't know if you know how huge this tool is for building your business. It is massive for building a business in network marketing. In my previous venture, we did very, very well. And I would have loved more than anything to have my commissions be what, rather than me have to have it deposited in my checking account and then have it hit my credit card or my bank card. And this way, it's almost on autopilot if you think about it that way. And you teach your team to do this, and this will create massive success for you. Because when they're not having to hit their credit card every month, and yet they're going out there and saving money and using our system, it's incredible. And so don't cheat yourself and not teach your teams to do this. Let's start talking a little bit about something that many of you might never have heard of. Maybe you have. One of my mentors taught me this, and I want to share it with you guys because it's very, very, I think this just goes right along with what we've been talking about. As you bring 3 people on your team and you teach those people to do the same thing, and so on and so on. And I'm going to make a special announcement at the end of this that I'll share with you that has to do with everything we talked about. So we're talking about locking arms right here. So decide on your team who it is that you want to work with. So take a look at your pen. And as you look at your pen, you're going to see a group of people in there that you've brought in to your network. And some of these people may have 1, 2, none, 3, 10, whatever they have, right? So let's select the people that need the help. And then we're going to choose who it is that we're going to lock arms with. And we're going to figure out who it is we're going to do that with. And we're going to map out a game plan and help them build their prospect list. And so let's talk a little bit more on how this works. So first of all, we're going to create a massive action plan to take place with our team. So we're going to look at our team in 3 legs because that's all you have. Now you may have 10, 15, 20, 30 people on your team, but you only have 3 legs. So in each of your legs, you're going to choose one person in each of their legs that you can commit to working with them on a one-on-one basis over the next, 2 weeks, 30 days, whatever it is you want to determine to do there. But what I would do is lock arms with them for the next 30 days and help them achieve their Power 3 rank. Make sure that they have their Power 3. So this is for people that don't have their Power 3, that don't have it. Now, if they do have it, fantastic. Go to the next person below that and start working with them. Lock arms with them. And that'll make sense by the time I'm done here. So let's talk about who we're going to lock arms with. Brent, Tiffany, and Mary. Now we've selected one person from each of those legs, or we'll call them team legs, that we're going to work with and commit to them to put together a game plan that is going to just create some massive, massive results. And the way we do that is we come up with, okay, we're going to tie into the launch. First of all, we're going to launch each one of you again. Make sure that you understand how to tap into the system, how to use, how to sell, or not sell, how to share the video and what scripts and things like that, and just work with them on how you got your 3, right? And you're going to do coffee chats with them. That means that they can invite somebody to come sit down to Starbucks and you explain it to them, for them, right? Remember, these guys are new and they're on your team and you're trying to help them. You're going to plug them into Zoom overviews that we do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We do them almost every day of the week, where you can plug them into those Zooms, and you could do Zooms for them. You could do a private presentation for them and their prospects to be invited. Then you could do 3-way calls or chats, Facebook chats or 3-way calls, 3-way texts. There's all kinds of ways of doing that, where you can create that opportunity where they can introduce you to some of their prospects. Invite them to the team training that you do. If you don't do team trainings, make sure that you tag into your team trainings with the people that you're locking arms with. And we do corporate Zoom every single Monday to do an update. And that update is very important to be plugged into, because we do have updates that we'll bring into that call. We also, on top of that, have people share their reason why they got involved. So now your people that you're locking arms with start to feel that there's a sense of community that they're plugging into. And then last of all is create some Facebook posts with them. If they're on Facebook, show them, how do you go out and post stuff so that you can get people to, show them how to set up their profile. And if you don't know how to do all that, there's a training in Rise Up that you can go and watch that I did. Shows you how to set up your profile, so that, things that you can post, what not to post. So teach them what they can do to create. Again, these are creating opportunities, right? Now, last of all, let's talk about making a list. It's not just sitting down and writing down a whole bunch of names, you guys. Here is the key, and here's the magic to creating an action plan, game plan with your people that you lock arms with. Have them break up their list into categories: friends, family, work, community, church, social media. Have them break them up. And here's why. Let's just say, for example, you go ahead and you break it up and you say, okay, so we're going to look at our community as an example. I'm going to use I played basketball with a group of people, right? So for me, that's what it was for me. So my community consisted of 3, 4, 5, 10, 15 people, whatever it might be. Jake, Bob, and Trent, and Lisa. And what I did is I said, okay, now what you want to do in each of these categories is, who is the most influential person in this group? And you want to label that person number 1. And that's going to be the first person that you're going to share this opportunity with. And you're teaching this to Brent, Tiffany, and Mary. So we're saying, okay, let's go ahead and start with Jake. And let's say Jake is the number 1 person, most influential out of the group that I play basketball with. Maybe we move on to family, friends, church, social media, whatever it is. And we do the exact same tool where you just say, okay, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to label these guys out from most influential to the least influential. Here is why, you guys. Here's why you do this. Because when you have the most influential person say, yeah, I'm interested, but send me some information and let me take a look. Most of the time, they might not be the one to just jump on it. So here's what you do now. So now you go down the list of those people in order, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and eventually somebody along there is going to say yes. And here's the cool part about it. Now, when one of them or 2 of them or 3 of them say yes, guess what? You turn around, go back to Jake, and you say, Jake, guess what? Trent and Lisa are going to jump on. Do you want to jump on? And Trent and Lisa could be your first 2 people. What do you think Jake's going to say? Of course he's going to say, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. So that's how that process works. And here's what I want you to understand, that you're saying, well, how do I do this with our back office the way it is, where I can't see everybody's information in the back office? Well, you can see your PIN information. Remember, what we're talking about here is finding 3 people. If they're not in your PIN that don't have their 3, then we got to go to the next stage. And here's what's the best part about my announcement that I want to make to you guys. In about 3 weeks, I just got this approved today or a couple days ago, that in 3 weeks, we will be releasing a part to the back office that we have not had, which I absolutely am excited about. It's going to be your pen tree view. What that means is everybody in your personal network, your personal people and their personal people and their personal people and their personal people, you're going to have contact information to all of those people, email, phone number, etc. Well, why is this important to this? Well, first of all, Brent, Tiffany, and Mary might not be people you personally brought in. So if you don't know how to get a hold of those people, then maybe you talk to the person who did bring them in, and right now that's how you would have to work it. But here's the thing, you guys, and you could work coincided with the sponsor of that leg. So if it's Bob that sponsored Brent, then we would say, okay, Bob, I want to work with Brent. You want to work with me and lock arms with me, and let's run with him and help Brent get his 3. You guys follow this? Hopefully this is making sense. Drop in the comments if it is. Here's the thing. All I want you to focus on is this. Find 3 people, 1 in each leg, that has not achieved their power 3, and go and work with that person. Now, let's take it to a step further here for just a second. And by the way, every time you have a meeting, every time you do a Zoom, every time you do a 3-way chat, whatever it is, you're promoting all events. You're promoting local meetings, you're promoting major corporate events, whatever it is, you're always promoting the next event every single time. In fact, when you're listening and you're on a Zoom corporate call like tonight and you're listening, and then at the end of the day, you go back to the people you invited to the call and you say, hey, don't forget that tomorrow night, X so-and-so is going to be doing a presentation. You want to tap into that, right? Or you want to get more information. That's what you do with that, is you're always promoting the next event. So let's move on to the next step. It's called duplication. Really, really important, okay? So it comes down to, first of all, you're going to have the first exposure. You guys have all heard that it takes multiple exposures before somebody joins your business. Well, here's how the process should look like from a basic standpoint. Here's how it works. First exposure, you send the hook video. Aren't you excited about the hook video we just released? We're going to be releasing another one here, another version of it that's even better, and I'm excited to release that version to you. And then we'll release a second and a third video along with it behind that. And these are just, again, additional exposure. So right now, here's what you do. First exposure, send the hook video off to your prospect. This is the duplication you're teaching to the people in the previous screen that we just talked about. So you're either going to do one of 2 things. You're going to invite them after the video, after the hook video. You're going to invite them as the second exposure to either invite them to a Zoom. You're going to invite them to a Facebook group like Our World. That's where our testimonials of all our products and services are. And or you could choose to do a 3-way chat or something like that, right? But the next stage after that, the next exposure goes right into it. It's called the third exposure, 3-way chat, call, whatever you want to set up with them. And, oh, it went too fast on me, but well, that's okay. We'll back up here. But here's the thing, you guys. The most important part is follow the system. Follow the simple system. Share the hook video. Don't ask, what did you think? Do you like it? Don't ask questions like that. Just invite them to the next exposure. When you do the invite, remind them as to why they might have been interested in the first place, as to why they were wanting to check it out in the first place. That's the questions you're asking when you're calling somebody up on a follow-up. You never follow up. Oh, well, it went to close again. Point is the close is very simple. From a 3-way chat, it works very, very well. And I'll just tell you this, you guys, when I'm doing a 3-way chat close, all I'm doing is I'm dropping the mic and I'm asking your prospect to join your business. That's what I'm doing. So if you're a leader and you're doing 3-way calls for people, or you're doing 3-way chats, that's what you should be doing, is saying, are you ready to get started? Get with John Johnson or John Stahl and have him get you hooked up with his link so you can get started right away. See, you can say that as the third-party person that's sharing that. That is the most important part of the leaders or the people that are doing the 3-way chat with you or the 5-way chat. But your job, seriously, is to train the people on your team to do the basics. And I'm just telling you, the best people, the best network marketers just do the basics better. That's it. They just do them better than most people, right? That's all it comes down to. So continue to lock arms with the people that are on your team. You know, find those 3 people on your team, set up a game plan so that you know where you're going, what you're doing, and who you're going to do it with. Without the game plan, you don't have anything. And so I want to just share with you guys that we're going to be releasing very soon here. We're releasing the new back office update that we've been working on. And I'm very excited about this new release of this new back office information that we're going to be releasing to you guys. The reason I'm so excited about it is it's going to allow you to grow and build your business in a way that you have not been able to do that. And so let me just tell you how important it is that we're releasing this update in the next 3 weeks. Imagine the possibilities of going into your pen and looking at everybody's personal information, figuring out who it was that came into your group that doesn't have anybody sponsored yet, or maybe they do have somebody sponsored right now, but it's only 1 and they need 2 more. Well, they need help. They need somebody to come in and coach them and be there for them, because sometimes the person who enrolled them thinks, oh, my job's done. I got my 3, so I'm good. That happens a lot. Trust me, it happens a lot. And when you start to teach your people and your team to do what I'm talking about doing, it works so powerfully. And let me tell you this, you guys, I was going to do some taprooting training tonight, but I decided to change it up because we don't have the feature yet. In 3 weeks from now, when I do the next training, I'm going to train on taprooting, on how you can actually build from the bottom up in this network. And in this network, it works like a charm. If you learn how to actually, if you want to do it right now, I'm happy to help you get that information that you need. And it might inundate me because we got 282 people on here, so I might get a lot of requests. But here's the I want to put out to you guys. If you need help, any of these leaders right here, you can channel those names, 3 people that you want to work with, channel the names to them or myself, and I'll pull them up in the database in your network. What I need is their ID name, their ID number and name, and then I'll pull them up and I'll actually give you their contact. And now you can go out and actually work with those people and do what we call taprooting, where you can start working from the bottom up or from down below and up. And let me tell you the power in this, you guys. When you get somebody down below, get their 3, you go to the next person up and you help them get their 3, and now you go up to the next person. And what happens to the people above that are just kind of sitting around twiddling their thumbs when they've got 6 or 7 or 8 or 10 or 15 people all of a sudden coming into the business? Guess what happens? They get freaking fired up. They get so fired up and excited at that point that all of a sudden they go, oh my gosh, I'm going to get busy. So now they start doing something. And guess what? It creates this massive momentum that you cannot stop when that starts to happen. When you start to assist people in their success in this business, you will find out, 1, loyalty, trust, and belief all of a sudden sets in, and all of a sudden, guess what? Your business just explodes across the planet. And let me tell you something, you guys, with what we got coming down the line, you heard Troy allude to some of it, and I will tell you right now, the verticals that we are going down are going to set us apart so far in this industry that nobody will be able to catch us by the time that they even try to catch us. We're going to be to another vertical. Let me just tell you something, you guys. Trent has always said this: we are not going to get commoditized. We're not. We don't have to worry about it. Why? Here's why we don't have to worry about it: because we're not marking the price up of anything and trying to sell it. We're asking you just to do exactly the simplest thing that you could ever possibly do, and that's to share savings and get paid when somebody saves. I mean, how hard is that? How hard is it for you to open your mouth? You already do that anyway. You're already opening it up. You're just not getting paid for it. But what if you could open it up and get paid? Now all of a sudden the game completely changes, and all of a sudden, guess what, guys? Your business goes to another level. And when you're actually teaching people this simplicity system, simple, share the video, put them into 2 or 3 funnels, follow up with a 3-way chat, and ask your leader to close the freaking deal for you. Stop trying to close it yourself. Stop trying to invite them yourself. Stop trying to get them to do all the work. You do all the work for yourself. Let me just tell you something. Some of the best surgeons in the world have the best nurse next to them. Why? Because the nurse knows what they're doing too, and handing them the tools so they can be the best surgeon. They don't do it on their own. They don't. A dentist doesn't work on your teeth alone. He has some of the best people right in front of him. So think about that for just a second. And I just really want you to hit you right between the eyes, because I want you to realize that the momentum we're going to create in the next 90 days with our network is going to blow your socks off. It's going to blow your socks off, because I know what's coming. I've seen the list. I have the entire list in front of me right now that I could share, but I'm not going to, that I will tell you that we're rolling out in the next 90 days. That's going to blow you away. It's going to blow you away. And so guys, you got to get excited. This quarantine's the best thing that could ever happen to us. It's the best thing that could ever happen to this country. And let me tell you why. Entrepreneurs decide right now to win. I love John Johnson's whole entire presentation. It's deciding to win, to not lose, to not fold up and say, I'm done because I'm not going to pay my $50 this month because it's tight. I lost my job. Well, guess what? Go out and find 3 people and it replaces it. That's it. It's not that hard. And guys, here's the thing. People are ever more right now wanting to save money in their life right now. I just talked, okay, I'm almost done. Here's the bottom line. I just talked to my daughter who works with my son at our mobile and in the call room. And let me just tell you something, you guys. People right now are reaching out to my son because of his business. They're reaching out to him just blatantly off the streets, his friends, because they're looking to try to save money during these times. There's no better time than right now to turn this on and run like a banshee for the next 90 days and change your situation. No better time than right now. You have all the time in the world sitting in your home, sit on your computer, get on Facebook, do lives, put yourself out there in front of people so people start to say, gosh, I want some of what he's drinking. I want some of what she's drinking. You know, that's what you got to get people to do. You'll attract people to you because of your behavior. You'll attract people because of your belief. And I'm telling you, the belief I have in this company is unbelievable. I mean, guys, I'm just telling you right now, we are going to change the world. And this is like, I know what the Christmas gift is that we're going to hand you this Christmas, and you have no idea. And all I'm going to tell you is, okay, let me give you an analogy, right? Here's a great analogy I want to share with you. I'm going to end with this. Would you jump out of an airplane for $1 million with no parachute? Would you do that? Would you jump out of an airplane for $1 million if you didn't have a parachute? Would you do it? You probably are saying, heck no, I wouldn't. I'd say, yeah, you would. What if it was parked? See, it's what you don't see, that you don't understand, and what the reward is on the other side. And let me tell you something. The reward that we're kicking in as a company to you to go and share this with 10 people, that's it, 10 people, and you're actually going to get shares in our company? Are you nuts? And I got told the other day what our projections are going to be. And I'm not going to project, but I'm just going to tell you right now, you want those freaking shares. You want those shares. Trust me, you want to be there. And the reason you do, because you'll start to set yourself up for the future. And let me tell you something, everybody on this call, everybody has a purpose and a reason, because there's more double income families, more families working 2 jobs, mom's working, dad's working, kids going to daycare, going to school, nobody's spending time together. They pass each other in the hallway, high five, hey, how you doing? I haven't seen you for a week. And that's what's happening in everyday life. That's real. And it's about time you get to start dreaming in color. Start changing your mindset, thinking differently, and picture the future of what you want it to be, because when you put it out, it will come. I promise you. So with that said, I just want to thank everybody who participated tonight and shared their thoughts and their dreams and their passion with you guys. And this was an incredible, incredible event. I'm so stoked. You guys can see I'm fired up. Trent got me so fired up. I wanted to speak back at Trent time, but I couldn't speak. I had to let my other guys, let the leaders go, because why? It's most important that they get to share with you their passions. And let me tell you something, you guys. You got 4 men on the screen right now that are just absolutely paramount. I will take them to battle with me any day. Why? Because they got my back. That's what I know. And there's many other leaders I know for a fact they have the same thing. And let me tell you something, where we're going and what we're doing, you guys, is going to change this world like you've never seen before. So don't ever lose hope. Stay focused. Keep the vision, keep the blinders on. Don't let this negative stuff going on around the world right now interrupt your dreams, your focus, your vision, what you want to accomplish. If it's 500 a month, 10,000 a month, 100,000 a month, whatever it is, this company is going to provide that opportunity through something you're already doing and just not getting paid for it. So why not start getting paid for that right now? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Ed. Thank you, Jeremy. Thank you, John Stahl. Thank you, JJ, for sharing tonight.